Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and today I want to show you how to make a photo that you love but has a little part in it that you don't necessarily want fixed, especially in this case. This fantastic photo is a picture of my son Austin at his graduation, myself and my sister. I love this picture, and the story about it is actually that they were taking a picture and I honed in. That's what happened, which is kind of like how we roll. But anyway, it was a really awesome picture. I love it. We all have great smiles, except this gentleman. I don't know who this person is, and I don't want to cut it off or else I'll cut off my son's head. So I came up with a way to utilize this fantastic photo on a canvas and actually get the most use out of the picture, but still be able to celebrate his awesome graduation. So I'm going to show you what I do. It sounds a lot more complicated than it really is. And it's just a way for you to try to think outside of the box and try to think, gosh, I really love this picture. I don't want to do something to it. I don't want to play with it in Photoshop. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I just want it to be as organic as possible. However, I don't really know who that person is and don't really want them to be on my photo. So rather than go through the Photoshop thing, which is, I know, 2 seconds and a click, I had this picture I really wanted to create with it, and now I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it. So with that, we have some purple paper. I also have some yellow paper. I don't know that I'll be using it. I think I'm going to stick with this. Although this yellow in here is a little bit brighter, I am afraid if I use that, it'll take away from everything else. So I toned it down with a little bit darker yellow or gold, and then we have purple, and we have our ATG, which is our advanced tape glider, which is the adhesive. I have a chameleon pen right here. It is V04, and I also have our stamp block. I have our awesome stamp set right here, and of course, I have to have scissors. The reason why I have to have scissors is because I believe I'm going to be cutting out something, and it'll look really cool. This awesome stamp set right here is our everyday alphabet, lowercase and numbers, large. We have a few sets of alphabet stamps. Hopefully you enjoy them. I'm hoping that you will utilize them for all of your titles or anything you want to put in your scrapbooks or in your date books or in your planners or in your journals. You can color them, you can stamp with them, you can do all kinds of stuff. So it is a lot of fun to play with these, and I promise you will like them too. We do also have the uppercase, which is this set right here. I'm not using it, but you can see that these are the stamps. They go together pretty well. So at least you know that we have them. If you want to check these out, go to www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com. We have tons of stamps, including alphabets, sign language, coffee, a whole bunch of different kinds of stamps, and we have new ones coming out. So stay tuned for those. At any rate, I am going to get started on this project. It's not a very difficult one, but it is something for you to kind of think outside of the box and try to still utilize the picture that you have. Truthfully, I printed this picture. I wanted to create something with it, and I realized that that person was in there. So I was like, oh, darn it. So that's why we're creating this. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to put all this stuff aside. We have this awesome picture of my son, which I love. He's so cute. He started college this week, and I just can't believe that happened. So we're not going to talk about that too long, or else I'll just start crying. We don't want that, do we? No, we don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try as hard as I can to cut this as straight as I can, but because I know better, actually I think I'm going to use my bigger scissors. That might work better. Because I know myself better, I probably won't be able to cut it very straight, but I'm going to try. Actually, let's do it this way. I have a better idea. I am going to take out my stamps, my set of stamps, so that I can utilize those. It'd be great if I had them right here because that's where they were about 2 seconds ago, but I can't find, oh, here they are. Da, 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 da. Okay, so let me put this aside. I'm going to put this awesome picture aside right there. And so that you can see we are going to be using the, it's just a regular Artist Loft, let's see, it's called Canvas Panel. That's what it's called. So I like to use those because I think that they're sturdier rather than just putting them on cardstock. I like to utilize them that way. So with this, I'm going to do 2, 0, 1, and 8 because he graduated in 2018. Now there's two different ways you can do this. I do them both ways, just depends on my mood. But you can line your stamps up either the way you're going to stamp them or backwards, if that makes any sense. I am going to show you a little trick if you haven't seen me do this before. That will help you put your stamps where you want them. So I don't know if you can see this perfectly, but you will in just a second as soon as I put it together. Looks good to me. So what I do is I actually set the stamp up like that, how I want to stamp it, and then I just push my stamp block on top of it. That looks pretty good. What do you think? I like it. I think it looks pretty good. So that's what I'm going to utilize. Actually, I think I'm going to scoot this 8 over just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny tad. Just a little scootage. Okay. Oop. I put it back a little bit further down than I wanted to. See, that's the problem when I'm not looking at it down like that. See what I mean? I need to just put it down like that and line it up with the rest of the numbers like so. Okay, that's good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my ink that I didn't put out earlier. It's just one of those days. Can you tell? Because I can tell. I don't know about you, but I can tell. Hard to have stamps and a stamp block without any ink. So you do need ink too. So we're going to do this. I'm going to ink it up like so. And then I'm going to just stamp this right here. Looks good. I'll put that aside, put this aside, and you can see, whoopsie, paper's too big, so I'm going to have to fold it. Ah! It's one of those days. See? Looks pretty good. I like it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors. I'm actually taking my bigger scissors because I want a certain look to it, and the smaller ones, I do not tend to have as much control over those. So I'm going to try to do it this way. So what I just did was, I just basically took my scissors and tried to cut it straight, about as straight as I can do, hands-free. I mean, hands-free. Oh gosh, like I said, people, we're going to just start counting them. I think I'm at like number 5 of we call Melissa-isms. When I make mistakes or just start using words that really don't exist, we call those Melissa-isms. Those are just fun little treats for everyone, you and they're from me. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to take this right here, this paper, and it fits perfectly on this right here. Now you can do one of two things. You could rip around the edges, you could use a smaller piece. There's a number of things you can do. I really actually like the way it looks with this design on it, so I'm going to use the whole piece. So we're just going to use some adhesive. I'm going to add adhesive around the edges, and then I will adhere it to the canvas. Actually, let me put a little bit in the middle, just for giggles. I won't say the other one. So then we have this right here. This looks pretty good. I'm not going to put it down all the way till I make sure it's, till I make sure it's pretty even. Looks good, looks good. Okay, so now I'm just going to push that down like that. So there, it almost looks like I painted that, right? Pretty simple. Like I said, this is just a blank canvas with adhesive on it, with some paper. Now, I really loved this picture, like I said, and I really think it's important that we keep our memories. I love this picture, if I haven't said this already, 30 times, and I love it so much. In fact, I wanted to actually create something for it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my smaller scissors, and I'm just going to make like a little, I can't think of, like a backwards arrow. I don't know what to call it really. It's almost like a banner, and I'm just going to put that right like that. Now I could do it like this and just do it perfectly, but I think it actually looks better like this. I think it's cooler like that. So we're going to get some adhesive out, and we're going to do this. And this is also a great gift if you wanted to create some of these ahead of time. You could create some, obviously you couldn't create this part, and hopefully you won't have that issue, but you could create some of these little mats that you know will go with the color scheme that you're using, and then you'd be all set. So you could just put it flat like this, or you can pop dot it. I'm going to do it flat because I want to make sure that wherever I put it, it won't get caught up or stuck onto anything in case I decide to put it into a scrapbook. And if I do it pop dotted, sometimes that tends to be a problem. So I'm going to just do this. Problem solved. See how that worked? Pretty cool, huh? I just love this picture. It's one of my favorites. And this is my favorite person in the whole wide world. So that's all I got for you today. I really hope you enjoyed being creative with me today. I really hope you enjoyed, although simple, a really cool idea if you do end up getting a picture that you aren't able to use. I hope you think, hey, you know what? I can think of another way to utilize this, and we're going to make this happen. So make sure you do, all right? Thank you so much for joining us on a creative journey with Melissa. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our blog so that you can to be qualified to win a prize. We give out giveaways every week, and we are going to be giving out this stamp set this week. If you are in out of the United States, you're still qualify, so make sure you are a YouTube subscriber to both our YouTube channel, and you're also a subscriber to our blog and email. That way you will be qualified to win. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, and again, thank you so much for going on a creative journey with Melissa. Have a good one. Bye.